Hello everyone. Today we're looking at the Shem angel Haziel, the Shem angel of reconciliation and faithfulness, holding to promises, things like that. Haziel. This is Shem angel number 9. And according to Athanasius Kircher's Oedipus Egyptiacus, published in the 17th century, this is the first of the Shem angels that's associated with the cherubim. Okay, the cherubim. So the first 8 Shem angels, according to Oedipus Egyptiacus, are seraphim. But this angel is actually one of the cherubim. And again, it's associated with 10 to 15 degrees of Taurus and is associated with fidelity and reconciliation. Haziel, the divine attribute associated is merciful God, or Deus Miserator. And this is again taken from Oedipus Egyptiacus's 17th century Oedipus Egyptiacus. By the way, the Tree of Life, the version of the Tree of Life, totally different thing, talking about the Kabbalah, is also the image that we are used to seeing also comes from Oedipus Egyptiacus's, Athanasius Kircher's Oedipus Egyptiacus. So, here we are. And so I like to quote the sources. I talk about different types of magic here because I like people to get a taste of different types of magic. So there's several important works for dealing with the Shem angels. One of these is one of the books that I started reading that I'm getting back to. Okay, I've been reading Liber Abba, but the 3 books of occult philosophy. And we're going to continue our reading with that. On the Art of the Kabbalah, or De Arte Cabalistica, by Johann Reuchlin. Very important text. Now, the 3 books of occult philosophy basically just explains that they're the Shem angels, 72 Shem angels, and it talks about how the names are Kabbalistically extracted from Exodus chapter 14, from the 3 verses. And then De Arte Cabalistica. And then, let's fast forward a century to 1654, Athanasius Kircher's Oedipus Egyptiacus. He assigns a psalm verse and a divine attribute to each of the 72 angels, and also associates them with the different choirs of angels. So, for example, Haziel is associated with the Haziel is one of the cherubim. Now, this text is a later edition. This, the Science of Kabbalah, or La Science Cabalistique, this was published in 1823. So this goes forward to the 19th century. So I try to avoid modern New Age books in my videos, not because there's anything wrong with them, but because I'd like to try to go back to the tradition so that, because everyone's reading The 72 Angels of Magic by Damon Brand. Everybody's reading all these books, okay? So I try to go back. Let's review the source material, okay? But this is the most modern book you'll see me read because the offices are incredible. The Science of the Kabbalah, or La Science Cabalistique. This is an English translation by Pierce Vaughan, but this is by Lazare Linane. And you see the date, the original date, 1823. My camera's backwards here, but you see the original date was 1823. Okay, so let's take a look at Haziel. So keeping in mind that this is a later text. So Haziel is Shem angel number 9. And we're going to read this together here. Haziel, That is He, Zion, Yod, Aleph, Lamed. Haziel. Again, that's the letter He, Zion, Yod, Aleph, Lamed. His attribute is merciful God. That's taken from Athanasius Kircher. Okay, and then let's take a look here. Yep, associated with the cherubim. All right, and the psalm verse. Oh, and there are different ways of using timing. Of course, we can follow the sun through the tropical zodiac, or this angel is also associated with the 20-minute cycle from 2:40 a.m. to 3 a.m. With daylight savings, that'd be 3 a.m. to 3:20. And the psalm verse, the sixth verse of Psalm 24. Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness, for they have been ever of old. So this angel is associated with reconciliation, making up, keeping true to your promises. And again, the divine attribute is merciful God, the idea of compassion and mercy. And again, the psalm verse, remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindness, says, for they have been ever of old. Okay, so this angel serves to obtain God's mercy, the friendship and favors of the great. So there's a lot of benevolence here. And the execution of promises made by a person. He rules over good faith and reconciliation. Those born under this influence will be sincere in their promises and will easily pardon those who commit any offense against them. So, the 72 Shem angels, just like any complete cycle, like these tarot cards behind me on this image here, this is a complete cycle. Any kind of a complete cycle shows a completeness. Essentially, it shows all aspects of life, all aspects of nature, all aspects of life. The 72 Shem angels are a complete circle of the zodiac. The Shem angels, they govern all aspects of life, therefore. Therefore, there are Shem angels associated with finances, with money, with reconciliation. There are Shem angels associated with love, some of them associated with fame and fortune, all kinds of things, okay? What I do is I work with each and every Shem angel and I ask them for something, okay? Think of something within the office of the angel and ask each angel, and in 1 year, see if your life has turned around or changed. Me personally, in many ways, my life has been transformed working with the 72 angels of the Shem HaMepharesh, and I want to share this with other people so that their lives also can become enriched. Okay. So the 72 angels of the Shem HaMepharesh. So what does this angel govern? This angel governs reconciliation, obtaining favors or friendship from those in high places. Reconciliation, so making up. What does reconciliation mean? Reconciliation, let's say you had a falling out with someone. This is about making up, okay? Also, getting people to fulfill their promises or keep their promises. So the idea of faithfulness, the idea of fidelity, reconciliation, okay? These are all associated with Haziel, which again is one of the cherubim. The divine attribute associated is merciful God. Now, I'm finally learning to stop promising by a certain time to make a video, but every day, for the most part, every day I do a video. I planned to do this yesterday morning, and of course, something comes up because I do have a personal life, and there are other things going on, but here I am. So, this is the Shem angel Haziel. And then we're going to continue our reading of these occult classics. So, let's do this together. You know the drill. If you've been watching my videos, we're going to call the angel together. Again, there are 3 ways to work with the Shem angels. There is the path of magic. There is the way of contemplation, the contemplative approach, and then, or the meditative approach. And then, of course, there is the method of prayer. Those that just simply light a candle, perhaps, light a little incense and pray to the angel. This is very much, there are many people that are not going to do an elaborate ritual. They're still making contact. I always tell people, I think it's a good idea to work through all 72 angels of the Shem HaMephoresh. That's what I did. I started like 7 months ago. I got about 5 months left. 7 months. I've hit each and every angel. Each and every angel. Each and every single one. The crazy thing is, I have obtained something from each and every angel. It's very interesting. Anyway, so let's call the angel's name. Haziel, Haziel, Haziel. Okay, we're calling the name together. I just saw another person just logged in. We're calling the angel. Perfect timing. We're calling on a Shem angel. Doing a little Shem angel magic, y'all. Haziel. So repeat the name with me. Haziel. Okay, say it with me. Haziel. Haziel, Haziel, Haziel. Oh, Haziel, 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 the divine attribute, Deus Miserator, merciful God. Okay, we're going to recite the psalm verse. Traditionally, the psalm verse is part of the call. Okay. Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindnesses, for they have been ever of old. Haziel. Now, we need to think of something within the office of the angel that is something that we may want from our lives. So, is there anyone that you want to reconcile with? Maybe it's an estranged family member, for example. Maybe, now, reconciliation doesn't mean that you're just going to be all up in each other's lives. Maybe you just want to make up, come to peace with someone. Maybe it's a family member. Maybe it's a coworker that it would just be better if y'all got along. Maybe it's a romantic. Sometimes romantic couples just have dumb fights and there's no reason for them to be apart. Whatever the case may be, this is an angel of reconciliation. Is there someone that you want to reconcile with? Do you feel like there's a promise that is not being kept to you, that you want to see about someone fulfilling a promise? These are the things that are associated with Haziel. Are you concerned about fidelity or faithfulness, or people being faithful to you or to their promises? Do you want the friendliness of, or something of great persons, okay, or favor? These are all things associated with Haziel. So people often ask me, what do I ask the angels for? Something close to your heart. Something close to your heart. What is deeply close to your heart, deeply important to you that has to do with any of these things? And if you can't think of anything, maybe there's someone else that you want to ask something good for. Okay? So, Haziel, Haziel, Haziel. We call upon thee, O Haziel. Haziel. Remember, O Lord, thy tender mercies and thy loving kindnesses, for they have been ever of old. So we've called the angel. Now we think of something within the office. I already know, I already know what I'm going to ask, but now, okay. All right, so here we go. Y'all. I'm going to ask silently. You can speak out loud, however you feel comfortable. Speak from your heart. We are speaking to a divine being, or one of the agents of a divine being, whether you see these as external, or whether these are just things within the mind. However you want to see this, we're about to interact with a Shem angel. So here we go, y'all. Now it's time to ask the angel for something within the office. Okay, so here we go. Ask for whatever you need. I'm going to ask silently. So let's all take a moment to speak to the angel what we need in our lives, okay? So here we go, y'all. I'm going to speak silently to the angel. And let's take a moment also to just be receptive to the angel. Maybe you may get images. You might get images or thoughts or some type of word. An image might pop in your mind. You're going to be receptive to communication from the angel. All right. So let's all do that. Just let's see if we receive anything from the angel. If you do, just write it down. So here we go. Let's take a moment to be receptive. All right, so that is it. We've called on the angel. We're working through all 72 of the Shem HaMephorash on my YouTube channel, and I also post things here on Facebook. We talk about all things magic, and we work through various systems. Here we're working with the Shem angels, and I work with other magic systems as well. So we're going to work through this stuff together, y'all. And thank you everyone for tuning in. And I hope with the blessings of the Shem angels, I hope blessings upon all of you. And I hope that you all obtain the reconciliation, the divine favor, that all of you obtain the blessings that you need in your lives, okay? So that is from me to you, from the heart. And yep, I encourage everyone to work with this angel and see what happens, okay? And I will see y'all in the next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Bye, y'all.